Welcome to Hope Within Reach, Episode 2. Getting to know each other. Hi, friends, I'm Steve, and I'm so glad you're here. Why this episode exists, I wanted to take some time today to slow things down a bit. So often we jump straight into topics, advice, or big conversations, but real connection doesn't usually work that way. Trust takes time. And I don't want this podcast to feel like someone talking at you. I want it to feel like sitting across from someone who's willing to be honest and willing to listen. So today's episode is really just that, getting to know each other a little. No expectations, no heavy agenda. Who I am without the resume, well, I'm not here to impress you, and I'm definitely not here because I have everything figured out. I'm someone who's walked through seasons where hope felt close and seasons where it painfully felt far away. I've had moments where I looked like I was holding it all together on the outside, but inside I was tired, confused, wondering if things would ever feel lighter again. One thing I've learned the hard way is this: you can love deeply, believe deeply, and still feel lost sometimes. And that doesn't mean you're broken. It just means you're human. I'm still learning how to be patient with myself. Still learning how to rest without guilt. Still learning that healing doesn't follow a straight line. If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Why I started Hope Within Reach? Well, this podcast came from a very real place. There was a season in my life where I didn't need more answers. I didn't need someone telling me what to do next. I just needed reassurance. I needed someone to say, "You're not failing. You're just going through something." And I realized how many people are quietly carrying heavy things: grief, fear, doubt, exhaustion, without a place to set them down. Hope Within Reach was born out of that realization. Not because I have a solution, but because I believe hope doesn't disappear just because life gets hard. Sometimes it just needs to be spoken gently. So let me tell you what this space is and what it isn't. This podcast is honest conversations, gentle encouragement, space for faith, questions, and uncertainty. A reminder that healing doesn't have a deadline. And this podcast is not a place where you'll be rushed, a place where pain is minimized, a place where you're told to just get over it. You don't need to believe all the same things I believe to belong here. You don't need to have strong faith or any faith at all. All you need is a willingness to listen and maybe a little openness to hope showing up quietly. Now I want to turn this around towards you for just a moment. You don't need to answer out loud. You don't need to comment or share or explain. Just take a breath and consider, what brought you here today? What are you carrying that feels heavy right now? And what would hope, even a small amount, what would hope look like for you in this season? There's no right answer and there's no rush. A small amount of encouragement. If you hear nothing else today, I hope you hear this. You don't need to have it all figured out to be worthy of hope. You don't need to be strong every day. You don't need to have clarity before you take the next step. Sometimes showing up is enough. And if all you could do today was press play, that counts. So, in closing, I'd like to say thank you for spending these minutes with me. Truly, I hope you'll come back, not because you feel obligated, but because this feels like a safe place to land. And until next time, remember, hope is still within reach.